Hi, I'm Gabby Alipe, and today's song in focus is Evidence by Urbandub.
You are listening to the Song and Focus podcast where we dive deep into your favorite tracks. I'm Acel.
And I am Denice Lau, and in today's episode, we will be talking about an award winning and tear jerking song, Evidence of Urbandub. This track was released in 2007 under their album Under Southern Lights and was composed by their frontman, Gabby Alipe. He has been marked as a rock icon in the Philippine music scene and has since began his journey in 2000 with his band Urbandub. In 2015, the band decided to take a hiatus, and Gabi has now focused on his family and has started his solo music, which is equally awesome. But today we are here to talk about his amazing songwriting and about his early days in the music industry. With his vast experience in the field of music, transitioning from making a mark with his band Urbandub to further growing as a solo artist, we have a lot to learn from this incredible man. So, Song in Focus is very, 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 very happy to have Gabby Alipe on the show. Welcome to Song in Focus, Gabby!
Yay!
Hello.
Welcome,
Yun. Yun, grabe. Thank you so much at nag-yes ka sa aming invitation. So, umpisahan na natin ang mga katanungan.
Well, in
Um,
1984,
wait!
yung nag-start kami, hindi ba? Mali ba?
Alam mo,
Ano?
kailangan today like, lahat ng wala sa Wikipedia nandito.
Dapat masasagot yung mga hindi pa nalalaman ng mga tao. No, ganun dapat yun. So, okay. Pero dahil song in focus tayo, mag-focus muna tayo sa song na i-feature today, which is Evidence. Now, just by listening to the song, you already know kung tungkol saan yun, di ba? Pero, asking the songwriter, bakit mo siya naisulat? Like, anong inspiration mo doon? Nangyari ba yun sa totoong buhay? Sa'yo?
Well, normally it does. I mean, in some shape or form, di ba? Like, we've experienced those kinds of things. Tapos, mga kaibigan, mga kwento, it's an accumulation of many things between personal experience and then mga kaibigan din. And then, based on truth siya in a way. And then, yun, sinulat namin siyang
Kailan mo siya, may nabanggit ka kaninang year? Starting
1984, first
So, yun
love
talaga siya?
ko.
Totoo? First love, niloko ka? Like, nakaka-relate ba ako?
1984? 84? Ilang taon lang siya noon? Grade ano lang siya noon? Ay, ilang taon ka na ba?
I'm 41.
May age reveal ba dito? As in,
Okay lang, ako naman lahat
Pero-
matanda sa lahat eh.
pero personal experience ba siya? Talaga? Like, as in,
Well, it has to most of our songs come from personal experience naman talaga. I think that's one of the best ways to write, I guess. Parang therapy.
Pero nakahuli ka talaga na caught in the act.
like may
as
evidence
in,
ka.
Like, or hindi naman ganong level.
At naman that level, I mean, pero may kutob or like,
Na-prove.
or you end up seeing that person with somebody else already. Mga ganun. And then even conversations with friends who've gone through the same thing. So it's an accumulation of all of those thoughts and experiences.
But when it comes to composing the song, you mentioned na we made it. It's a cumulative story of, being betrayed, I guess. When did you write this? Was it because you wanted to write something about that? What triggered the writing?
When we were creating the album, no, Under Southern Lights, nung uso pa gumawa ng albums. I mean, at that time, especially during that time, mga 2005, 2006, we were being clumped sa genre na emo. Nothing wrong with the genre because we also play. We're influenced by that kind of music. Pero I guess we wanted to try something that's out of the box because we're also a type of band that ayaw naming nakakahon kami to a specific genre. So parang, and all of us listen to different kinds of music, especially yun nga, hip hop or soul, R&B. We appreciate those kinds of music. So we decided to offset to make a song na heavy yung lyrics niya. Since also the main focus of the lyrics, yung topic niya is very heavy already. So yung offset niya, we wanted to try writing a R&B song. Parang, or at least man lang influenced by R&B, which music that we like as well. Para lang din ma-offset yung preconceived notion of who we are as a band. Now we can also explore that kind of sound. And then since the topic of the song is about duality, about cheating at duality, so we thought it would be a good contrast na heavy yung lyrics, yung content ng lyrics, pero the music is soft and romantic, pero it's still sexual in that sense. Kaya R&B din yung pinili na.
Okay. Like, how did the band come in dun sa whole thing?
Arrangement.
Right, with the lyrics, and then, nung binigay mo ba sa kanila, like, it was acoustic, and then how did they react to it the first time you played it to them?
For this particular song, no, we have a very democratic process when it comes to our band. Kumbaga, everybody has a role to play, and then unfortunately for them, I write the songs first more often than not. But it's normally basic arrangements. It's just a basic arrangement or the thought or the concept behind the song. Sometimes I come in with the song fully completed na, kumbaga kompleto na yung flow, and then minsan verse chorus lang. Like with this song, I think when we wrote it, I had the verse and the first verse and the chorus lang when I came into the studio with it. And the idea na the chord progressions, it's R&B. But when we came in, my bandmates start arranging it now with me and figuring out the parts. And then from there, I jumped off with the continuation of the lyrics. Parang ganun.
Sa start kasi, di ba, parang like, or mali ba yung alala ko? Pero parang like may effect siya na parang nag-amplify siya going towards the song. Yung parang sa start, mas parang echoey feels siya. Hirapan ako i-explain. Hindi rin ako masyado technical eh. Pero like yung how you started the song, kasi it starts right away. Yung mga ganong things. Like, whose idea was that in terms of like arrangement?
Well, the song was built that way in the beginning, and then yun nga, like when we started arranging, I can't really pinpoint anymore who suggested what. I know for a fact, like my bandmates would. Probably it was my bandmates who made me start it first, and then they all came in with the role leading up into Para may yun nga yung mga break beats na very inspired by mga 90s R&B bands na groups like mga Mid Condition or mga arrangement ng mga New Jack Swing type bands.
This song, diba, is part of the album Under Southern Lights. Andun din yung other amazing songs na alam ng mga tao, diba, yung Fight Is Over. So how did itong Evidence, no, how does it fit into the rest of the track? Like, meron ba siyang, parang is the album in like a theme, or meron ba siyang kwento when you wrote all the songs, or wala namang ganon?
Oh, well, a lot of the themes that we had, especially for that album, is more or less we wanted to share stories that we've accumulated being in Cebu. Parang being in Cebu. Kaya a lot of the songs there were based on yung explanation ko kanina na parang based on personal experience and conversations we've had with our friends. Parang gano'n. Tama ba mga sagot to? And world peace.
Yes. World peace.
Tama naman!
Ito, mag-off track ako a bit. Curious lang ako kasi 'di ba under a label to, and before parang big deal pag you're choosing a lead single or anything from an album. I mean, following
sino ba yung
from
namili?
Acel's question. Parang sino ba, like paano nyo napili si Evidence as one of the, or is it even? Kasi marami kaming instances sa show, no, na parang hindi pala lead single, parang over time
Pero yun
nag-rolling
yung
song?
mas naging
Tumatak,
hit.
ganon. Like,
Oo.
I mean,
sino nag-push for the song to be like a highlight?
we were fortunate enough, like we've had the privilege to be able to be in labels, like our first label EMI, and then I think this was still released under EMI at that time. Tapos yung boss namin during that time, si boss Chris C. He was very open and gave us all the creative freedom in the world, and then that
Wow.
we consider ourselves very blessed in that sense. Na he allowed us to make our own decisions. Kumbaga, they were just there to like sign off on it. But more often than we never felt any pushback when it came to our bosses label, especially EMI, kay boss Chris. And then even the decision to make the music video with Quark Kinares na very violent. Yun
Yeah,
nga,
we
since
saw
the
it.
theme is duality, so we had this soft R&B song. So pero ang offset naman niya in terms of visuals,
Sobrang
pinaka
dark.
metal na video na we can think of. Para may rock element pa rin siya in that sense. And when we showed the label what we were trying to come up with or what we were trying to achieve, parang
Sabi
instead
nila.
of saying na don't do that, they said, uy, mababan yan. Pero we like it. Okay, just release it.
Mababa.
Cool. Cool pala. Ang swerte naman.
Pero buti hindi
It got
naban.
banned. Naban. It got banned from mga music channels. At some
Violent
point we
kasi.
started playing it because we had to make the director's cut version was the first thing that we gave out, and then they banned the video because of too much gratuitous violence daw. So si Quark had to make a
more
Conservative version.
conservative edit.
more tame.
Non-explicit.
Pero it's still the same. Pero though they started playing it na, pero they don't normally just play it like middle of the night, kind of late night. Kaya it's funny na parang that video pa was the only parang R&B video, pero it was part of like a rock playlist of like music channels. So it was funny.
Pero nasa YouTube siya naman yan.
Nasa YouTube naman siya. So, yeah.
Nakita ko nga eh. Pinanood ko nga eh. The acting skills. Wow.
No acting.
I commend you for
No acting.
your
Side by
acting
side.
skills.
Isa.
Isa Calzado. Wow. Paano nga pala yung nangyari? No? Like who got Isa, who chose her, or ano ba, friend niyo ba siya?
Isa, prior to the music video, prior to the shoot, we've already met Isa. She went to one of our gigs before, and then she was nice enough to say that she liked our music. So, at first, we were joking lang na, pag may music video kami, sama ka. Hopefully we can get it. Tapos we were laughing na, sige, for sure. And then when the opportunity came up na gagawin yung video when we were talking with Quark, so ano kaya jokingly I said, si Isa Calzado kunin natin. Siya, I know Isa, go get her. And close din sila ni Quark. And then si Quark din yung kumuha kay Ryan. Basically, he cast everything. We just spoke about the concept and pero definitely the first choice for that video was Isa. Suntok sa buwan, pero buti nila pumayag.
But who chose Quark as a director naman?
The band chose Quark. We really wanted to work with Quark for the video. At that time, like we were hoping that we could work with all the video directors that at that time were doing amazing work, like Pancho Esguerra, Sila Maria Mora. Quark is one of them because of all the videos that they were putting out. So it's nice to be able to work with somebody na ganun din ka-creative and ganun din ka-open. So it was a no-brainer to pick Quark.
So, yung time na yun, parang, paano ko ba tatanungin? Curious ako kasi inaral ko siya nung college. So, parang hindi ko alam kung accurate pa yung memory ko na parang I think you could really kill your spouse. Joke lang. If you catch them pag legally. Hindi totoo siya. Like, you have to catch them in the act. And then you have to be legally married. And then you won't be jailed if you do it on the act. When you watch them on the act. And then, pero you have to transfer to a different city. Alam mo ba yun? Yung gano'n na parang in a way, medyo legal siya. Or, hindi ko alam kung
legal pumatay.
Oo, weird. Dalawan kayo nung, namin, parang...
Wow.
Crime of passion.
Oo, parang ganun. Di, totoo. Like, parang, ano siya, para siyang accepted rage. Kasi you have the right to be mad when you catch them on the act.
Oo, pag
But
ganun.
don't do
Oo.
that, guys. But I'm saying, like, move on ka na lang. Like, live your life with, like, guilt-free. Pero sinasabi ko lang na, it's like, nung napanood ko kasi siya, yun yung una ko naisip, na alam kaya nila talaga na parang it's technically legal if you guys are married and you catch
Tapos
them on the act. Tapos, kailangan mo lang lumipat from another city. Parang magkakaroon ka na restraining order from the family.
Oo, kasi
In all
maghihiganti
honesty,
yun.
the whole video concept originally was supposed to be parang yung deepest, darkest thoughts mo when you
Pag
catch
ganun yung
something.
nangyari. Oo.
Ang
So,
ending was supposed to be me waking up na parang
hindi mo siya
after a while
tinuloy.
we were thinking, sige, wag na lang yung dream
Yun
sequence.
na lang yung, yun na lang yung ending.
Yun na lang yun. Ganun na lang yun.
Ang dami nga nag-comment sa YouTube eh. Like, nakikita mo ba yung comment sa YouTube on it? Na parang like, going back to this video, a classic, parang like memorable video. And even some of my friends na nabanggit ko na, we're doing evidence. Parang yung video na yun, parang controversial, like people really remember it, ganyan. Wala lang, share ko lang.
People
Ayun, yun lang.
are sick in the head.
Like, ano siya eh. Parang yun, ako talaga yun yung una ko naisip na, baka siguro kaya nila ginawa to kasi legal siya. Pero hindi ko sure kung legal pa rin siya ngayon.
Instructional video.
Instructional. Like, guys, wag sinasabi ko lang. Wala akong sinasabing gawin nyo.
Madami nang manonood ng music video ulit. Babalik sila doon.
Oo. Alam mo, isa-search ko nga kung legal pa rin siya. Tatanungin ko yung lawyer friends ko. Kasi, nung bata ako talaga na-shock ako nung college eh. Nalaman ko siya na.
If ever legal man, kaya lang, pag nangyari man yun, parang diba, it will haunt you also for the rest
For
of
life.
your life.
And you don't deserve that. Like, nabetray ka na nga, you're still carrying that.
But might as well be free. Diba?
Yeah. Anyway, wow, nag-feelings na. Okay, go. Next
Feelings
question.
na.
Next question.
Okay.
So, ang tanong ko ay, wait, sino na ba? Gusto mo, Acel, ikaw or ako?
Ikaw na.
Ako na. So, I've been, actually, the first time I encountered the song before, ako, personally, is, I saw this mashup ni Clara Benin ng Evidence. Oo. So, sobrang ganda.
Sobrang ganda.
Sa isang, napanood mo ba yung mga ganon?
Yes.
Like, yung mga versions of people. And,
yes.
wala lang, parang ang cool. Like,
how do you feel about it?
Especially when it's done by anybody who covers our songs na napapanood ko or I come across na nakatag kami or anything like that, it's always a good feeling. Nakaka-overwhelm, especially if they do it really well. Now, mas iba yung pakiramdam pa when it's done by an artist na you actually respect. Na parang you're a fan of as well. She did one for The Fight Is Over before. So, I'm aware na she was doing covers. And then when she did the mashup with yung kay Army na Oo ng Dharma ng Didi, parang all the more parang it kind of blew my mind na parang she's very, very talented. Not because I'm biased. Pero I mean, for her to come up with the concept na yung sagutan between Evidence na perspective and then yung Oo na Tagalog and then napaghalo niya ng maayos. So that was impressive. It could have been any other song pero she did it. So it was nice. It was refreshing. And for some strange reason, parang I always find it more interesting when girls or women sing our lyrics.
Yung ibang perspective kasi
parang
din, yung emotion.
Nagkakaroon ng ibang buhay yung kwento all of a sudden. So it's interesting to watch.
Yeah, we had Clara on our show, season 1 naman of the show. So we had
yung mga unang artists.
Galing talaga.
Yeah. Galing talaga.
But do you have like other versions na memorable for you of this song na kinover ni ganitong artist?
There was one na parang sometimes may mga iba na naging instrumental, like there was a girl who played Fight Is Over naman pero ang ginamit niya kalimba. So that was it.
Yung thumb guitar.
Parang ganun kalimba. And then it's nice when kunwari mga artists that you've grown up listening to or parang kunwari, like let's say there was a time na parang may acoustic version of Soul Searching na ang kumanta si Ian tayo, tapos yung nag-gitara si Avenido, si Nino, Greyhounds, tsaka Queso. So those are two bands that I grew up tatamang grew up, pero some of my favorite
Kasabay,
bands. So parang, to see them perform it, parang, ay, ang cool, or sila Reg, parang when they cover stuff like that, or other artists, mga younger artists, gagawa nila ng version. So it's nice to watch. Nakakataba ng puso.
Itong next question, palagi namin tinatanong sa mga songwriters, no? Kasi I know naman when you write songs, parang may mga nauuna or may yung parang
hardly
yun yung una. Oo. Dun sa song na yon, ano yung parang pinaka-favorite line mo? Or favorite part of the song?
The beginning, yung simula, yung intro, or when you hit that chord, parang by accident na huli yung chord. That E minor.
Naglalaro ka lang. Tapos,
like you're just doodling sa gitara, and then one of those moments na when you hit that chord, tapos upstroke, and then when nag-resonate yung chord, and then you start writing the lyrics, and just pours out. Pero yun nga, hanggang chorus lang, umabot ako hanggang chorus, and if now I'm recalling it, hindi ko natapos, pero I brought it into the studio, and then we finished it up there.
So nung nasa studio na, pero tapos na, of course, bago nyo ni-record. Pero paano mo siya natapos? Like, it took you like few days or?
Few days yun. Normally, it takes us
Matagal.
a few days. So, kumbaga kasi we have a process na when we record it lang. At that time, meron kaming studio mic na captures everyone. And then, cassette. Sa cassette namin.
Ambience. Oh.
Wow,
cassette. Oo.
Cassette. And then we listen to it.
Do you feel
take home ba? We take it home. Or
tapos
at that time, or phone.
Doon mo maiisip pa kung ano yung pwede pang gawin.
Ano pang pwede. Anong mga ideas pang pwede. Parang ganun. Sometimes, some lyrics will change depending on the ideas na lumalabas, or kung may change ng idea, paminsan change yung lyric dahil kailangan yung phrasing mas pasok dun sa ginagawa ng gitarista o ng drummer. Parang ganun. Democratic naman.
Maganda yung first lines diba? Just wanna read, no? Time has a way of healing, or so they say. So why am I still here crying? So, ngayon ba, there are things, naku, personal na okay lang ba magtanong?
Handa ka na ba
Parang,
sa very emotional
Boy
question
Abunda question. Boy Abunda question. Kasi diba yung with each passing day, the pain still stays the same. Are there things, if you want to share lang ha, if you don't, it's okay. Do you think are there still things that you, in your life right now, that you think na you haven't moved on yet, or you're still in the process of healing, or you're...
Hindi. I mean, the 26-year-old, 25-year-old, 26-year-old Gabby is totally different from who I am now at 41. And then being a father then, parang it changes you as every decade of your life. I'm noticing that my mindset always kind of changes. Kaya it's hard for me now to write stuff for Urbandub dahil kumbaga who I was, mga default settings. No, nag-iiba I mean, so
I understand.
Even with my bandmates now, when we talk about writing stuff, it has to come, kailangan organic, especially if it's in an Urbandub setting, because sino na tayo ngayon? It's like, you can't go back to that. Hindi na tayo yun I mean, it might not come off as genuine as it was before. And then yun nga, pag nagsusulat ako before, it was normally, while I'm going through something, hindi ako makasulat. But now, whenever nakakasulat na ako and I put it on paper, that means I gave myself enough time to grieve or to process. And then, naiintindihan ko na siya enough na kaya ko na siyang i-translate into paper or into music. So in a lot of ways, it became, until now, actually, parang music has always been more, parang therapy ba? Therapy para sa akin. Doesn't matter kung ano man yung nangyayari, whether the song will be successful or not, but at least merong nalalabas or nasusulat. You know what I mean? Sometimes for myself lang, or as
a journal
parang journal na meron ng tono.
Oo, meron din product. Alam mo yun, yung lumabas siya talaga.
Kahit
like
hindi tapos, okay lang.
Okay lang. Like you said, no, na parang the Gabby Alipe now is different from the 20-year-old you. If you can talk to yourself, parang boy bunda lang feeling ko. If you
Here's a
can talk to
mirror. Here's a mirror.
Ayos yan, Acel.
talk lang. And then if you can talk to yourself, no, like you're the 41-year-old to a 20-year-old Gab, anong gusto mo sabihin sa kanya?
Stop being a douche. Pwede ba magbura dito?
Pwede.
Okay lang.
Pwede.
Relax ka na, huwag ka masyadong kupal.
Okay. Ayan, so
Safe
sa
ano
mga
to.
sa mga nakikinig na 20-year-old, yan ang kanya.
Relax ka lang, wag kang
Relax ka
kupal.
lang daw. Oh.
Masyadong chill ka lang.
Pero
Chill ka lang.
coming from what you said, that you make music differently now, you're a different person entirely by the decade. But back when you were promoting Evidence, you guys were releasing it, everybody was really waiting for your new songs, diba? What was your state of mind as an artist during the time that you guys were promoting this?
We were at that age, you're very aggressive. You're very parang go ka lang ng go. You don't really, minsan you don't really think before you do stuff. I mean, but the part of, I guess, growing up na rin, parang, you learn from those mistakes. We've done, fortunately enough, we've done well enough na hindi masyado, may balance between the mistakes that we made and the good things naman, good decisions that we did together as a group. So, okay naman din. Pero at that time, we were very aggressive. We were single-minded sa kung ano yung gusto namin, mga goals namin at that time. Very different from us. Wala kaming goals.
Hindi, you're reaping the rewards of your hard work.
Of your hard work before.
Saka peace of mind naman is everybody's It means na kung wala ka na masyadong major goals, ibig sabihin. Ako for me, parang sana ganun ako. Joke lang. Sana pag upo ko, parang today wala akong gusto.
Your goals become transferred to your kids.
I think it's the priorities. That your priorities, it changed eh. So, dahil doon, nag-iiba tuloy yung goal. Okay.
Kaya kami nag-hiatus.
But if you say hiatus, so that means ba you're still gonna
Kasi you
continue
mentioned
to
you guys
do
still
together,
talk about
music
well, we
together?
actually did back, kasi noong 2015, parang it was a accumulation of, that's why we decided to do that noong 2015 then. Parang it was an accumulation of a lot of events na leading up to that. We knew we were going to celebrate the 15th year, pero prior to that, about 2 years prior to that, yun nga, like I had my son at 2012, si Lalay started having kids as well, and then our drummer, si Janjan, yung wife niya had to leave for Australia because may really good job opportunity. And then we were non-stop kami nagtatrabaho talagang tuloy-tuloy with touring, writing and recording albums or doing whatever. So parang umabot siya sa punto na parang we felt like everything was starting to feel like it was routine. Masyadong routine na ba? And then hindi na kami masyado, yung pakikitungo namin sa isa't isa, parang it was starting to change because everybody was starting to think different. Buhay-buhay na, yung kanya-kanyang buhay na masyado yung iniisip namin. So instead na mag-away-away kami, we decided na let's just support each other. Let's take this break. Si Janjan migrated to Australia, and then it gave opportunity also for Lalay and myself to focus on raising our families.
Your family.
And then si John naman, he was able to pursue his solo project then. Gumawa siya ng banda, he started writing and singing. Yung style naman ng music na trip niya, na sa kanya lang talaga. And then we did that for about 2 years. Ako, I took a year off, and then up until I started writing for my solo material. Pero EP lang, it was just for fun. And then 2018, nagbalikan kami because we did a tour together. Parang somewhat a reunion. Parang ganun. And then now, we've been playing again. Except si Janjan is really based na talaga in Australia. So it's just me, Lalay, and John now. And then we have two new members. And we've been playing here and there. Mas masaya lang. I mean, it's more, it's not job. It's not, it's just fun to play. Ganun. Balik sa ganun. Basic.
Gets ko yun.
Tama ba?
Gets yun. Tama yun.
Ano yun?
Hindi,
Deserves
hindi
a wave. Deserves a wave. Maganda yung sagot.
Gets ko kasi people, of course, we get older, we change, nag-iiba lahat. So, kailangan talaga din ng break. And yun. May tatanong ka pa ba, Denise, about the song?
I think generally okay na ako. But alam mo yun.
Is there something else that you wanna share about the song na maganda malaman ng mga nakikinig?
I mean,
wala naman.
Bakit evidence yung title? Hindi natin
for us,
natanong.
when we write stuff, we open it up to their interpretation. Kumbaga, kung how different people will consume it in very different ways, or it will relate to them depending on the situations that they find themselves.
Or how it would speak to them.
Ganun. So parang we don't, kumbaga sinulat lang namin, and then we shared how we felt, and then bahala na tao how they accept it or relate to it. Parang ganun. And it's fun to hear them different perspectives ba na. This is what it meant to me, blah, blah, blah.
What perspectives have you heard na parang, ganun?
Sige, can you share?
Or like na-relate yung mga stories na intense na na-relate yun.
Stuff like that. Parang it helped me get through breakup. Or made me feel na I wasn't alone with what I was going through. Or parang yung mga gusto kong sabihin sana dun sa tao, hindi ko nasabi pero nasabi dun sa kanta. So yung mga ganun, so nakakataba din ng puso, and it makes you feel fulfilled as a writer na parang, okay, nag-resonate yung kanta. Or at least that particular song nag-resonate sa nakakarami. And world peace.
And world peace.
Importante world peace. Kasi pero, saying it, evidence, yung title na evidence, parang off the bat ba, yun yung working title niya? Or like, nagka-options kayo? Or sino nag-decide?
Yeah, yun na yun, more or less, that was the title.
After you guys
From what I remember.
The song? After you guys finished the song?
No, it was there. It was there na. May title na siya. The title na siya.
Ito, meron pa ako isang tanong.
Diba? Ganito tayo, Acel. Ganito kami. What else do you not know of the song? Okay, wait, may question pa kami. Di ba kami tapos?
Hindi, kasi di ba yung song is about betrayal, di ba? May nag-cheat or anything na about betrayal. Ikaw, how do you react? Kasi if different people, they react differently in a situation. Like for you, how do you react when somebody betrays you?
Hindi ko alam. I mean, it depends on the situation. Right now, maybe at my age, but I don't really mind stuff like that anymore. So I just move away from things like that.
Iba-block mo na lang. Unfollow.
It's easier. Kasi you can't control people and how they're gonna do stuff. Parang, unless kung it's harap-harapan, diba? Kakaiba yun. And you can never tell how you're gonna react when you're in a moment. Diba? So, parang
but
ganun.
Before, like,
I was very angry. You change as you. I'd like to think you mature or evolve, whatever. So, and then yun nga, I'm blessed as well as a lot of people who have the same job as me, who are songwriters, may outlet. You have an outlet to express yourself. So hindi siya na and then
naiipon.
It's nice hindi siya naiipon, and then you get to share it pa, you get to perform. And if you're lucky enough, you can make money out of it.
Or kahit hanggang ngayon, di ba? Royalties, di ba?
Yeah, so best revenge is success.
Agree ako dyan.
So, Acel, meron ka pa ba naisip? Wala na.
Wala na.
Ang dami namin tanong, no? Sorry.
gusto ko pa may tanong, pero wala.
Yung
Meron pa rin.
yung
wala na
under
sa script yung mga...
Southern Light, wala na sa script, kaya wala na kaming flow. Yung sa under Southern Lights na album cover, rarely do we ask it lately, but parang kaninong concept yun? Like, yung current na album sa Spotify. Yung
I actually don't remember. I don't remember, pero the photographer took the picture of the Mactan Bridge. Like
Mactan Bridge yun.
parang the end part of Mactan Bridge or Mandawi Bridge.
Binubuksan ko siya
I
ulit.
don't really remember. Basta it's a bridge sa Cebu. Tulay. Parang gano'n. I don't know why yun ang and then kami naman at that time parang we were too busy like writing the song, so when the concept art or the photo parang okay yan, then game na.
So it's really represent. Sabagay, sakto eh. Kasi you
Taga
guys
Cebu
were
kasi sila
telling
eh.
stories about Cebu. Gets. Cool,
It's nice.
cool.
Kaya.
Okay, wala na talaga. Totoo na. Ubus na ako. Wala na akong questions. Like, tap out. Ikaw, meron ka ba? May naisip ka ba?
Off the record na lang.
Okay.
Mamaya na lang. Magtatanong ako
Kasi
na
mamaya,
wala sa
feelings. Gano'n.
ano pa? Ano pa
It
tanong
is
natin kay
now
Gab?
time to ask him to plug. So, Gabby, where
Yes.
can they listen to your music now? Like,
Where can they
or like
find
any
you?
song you want to share with us for people to listen
The stuff from Urbandub and my solo stuff are all on all music platforms, whatever those are. Spotify, iTunes. They can stream and download it there. And then I just released a new single. It's called Sometime Away on Your Tower of Doom. And then the lyric video is up on YouTube, and then they can stream the audio on all music platforms. And then we're about to release or na-release na yata na they can order on Lazada yung merchandise that comes with the single. So yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So that was Gabby Alipe and Evidence. And
Thank you
so
for
much
having me.
more. It was such a
Salamat.
fun chat. Ang dami kong natutunan din today and na-realize at naalalang betrayals, charot, joke lang. Okay, so papakinggan ko siya ulit later. But yun, again, thank you, Gabby, for being on the show. And ayun, we will be
Salamat
back.
po. Salamat sa pag-imbita na po.
Yan.
Stick
So, wag kayong
Yes.
aalis
Go,
for
Acel.
our focus sessions. Magchichikahan pa kami about Gab. Yan. Bye!
You are still with us for another round of our focus sessions. So, Acel, siguro interviewin kita, no? kasi yun naman talaga yung, ano bang sasabihin natin this time? Hindi, kasi curious ako, di ba sabi ni Gabby, iba siya nung 20s to now 40s na siya. Like, do you feel the same way? Kasi ako, I'm midway. So, like,
yes.
I'm curious, like, will I be more mature? Does it happen to everyone? Like, do you think so? Like, ikaw?
Yeah,
May
I
difference
guess,
ka ba?
oo, sobra. Ang daming nagbago kasi syempre iba din yung priority mo, no? Iba yung ginagawa mo, iba din yung season ng life mo. No, like when you get married, tapos when you have children, iba din eh. So, iba nung single ka. So, talagang ibang tao ka na talaga. And kaya I can relate yung sinasabi niya yun, kinukwento niya yun, even with regards to the band, yung kwento niya with the band. And I guess yun ito yung other side na kwento na hindi naintindihan ng ibang tao. That they would sometime assume or yun nga, meron silang sariling story na bakit umalis yung kabanda. Yung mga ganun ba na bakit naghiatus or bakit parang nagkakaroon ng iba-ibang assumption sa mga kwento. Siguro may hindi nagkasundo o siguro may alam mo yon or gusto lang mag-solo o alam mo yon, pero hindi nila alam na there are a lot that's going on in each of our lives and even personally, syempre, nag-iiba ka eh. Hindi naman habang buhay. Kung nag-start ka nung banda ako, I started 18 years old ako. Eh, syempre, by the time na nag-20, na ako, 25, 26, ibang tao
7
na ako
years.
noon. Diba?
Yeah.
Ibang tao na ako noon, 27. And so, I know it's not about me, this story, no? Pero I can relate kasi, no? So, yung nag-iba. So, kaya, may mga things na you have to decide na kasi parang nag-iiba na talaga siya. So, based
galing,
on your...
no?
Ano ba yung question mo?
Yung 20 versus 40. Pero gusto ko lang isingit, before you expound, na parang ang
Oo.
galing kasi I think, syempre, when you start a band, I'm assuming, I mean, I don't really have a band, but I have friends who I consider my bandmates. And usually, you start things with the same mindset. Or at least, kung iba-iba man kayo ng buhay, parehas yung what you want in music. Either it's success, either it's just to have fun. Usually, it starts this at the same point, diba? And ang cool din nung perspective na eventually, mag-iiba-iba siya. Kasi after you've reaped what you initially stayed for, now what? And then magkakataon may chance people would have different priorities. And ang okay sa kanila is they seem to really be still in good terms in a way na like it's
Nice.
really just a change of season.
Oh,
And then they could
break
revisit
lang,
back
ganyan.
and have fun together. So yun something na I think parang medyo maganda na they all also acknowledge the change. And nobody, it seems very, parang mutual breakup ba? Pero hindi siya breakup hiatus. Mutual break. Hindi breakup, break. Na you have to live on to write more stuff. And then yun, nag-solo sila, iba, di ba? Parang Gabby seems really excited with his solo music and it's really exciting kasi he's a brilliant songwriter. So, and it reflects his state of mind nga. Sabi ko nga kanina, di ba, the state of mind. Laging may music, no? Nakaakibat per state of mind. Ang galing. Ayun, so ikaw babalik sa'yo. So from 20 to 40, given that your priorities have changed, like what do you think has grown for you then? Wow, deep pala to.
Wow,
Emotional
nanda,
episode pala
grabe
to.
naman. I think the purpose, parang it became
Mm.
more meaningful for me whenever I write a song. Parang there's
Mm.
a sense of more responsibility. So, parang may purpose, mas may meaning. I mean, when I was writing naman before, may of course may purpose naman din. Pero syempre, nag-iiba yung pananaw mo nun. Iba din yung pananaw
Mm.
ko ngayon. So ngayon, parang I know the power na it can heal and to empathize, no? Parang so I write songs na also to put myself in their shoes.
Mm.
Gano'n na para hindi ka nag-iisa. I mean, I know what you're going through. So, yung nagbago sa akin is basically the motivation why I do this, 'no?
Mm.
And, kaya for me, of course, parang farmer, kahapon pinag-usapan namin 'to nila Barbie, na of course when you plant, you expect something, 'di ba? Hindi mo puwedeng
Mm.
sabihin na, "Oh, okey lang, sige basta gagawin ko 'to, masaya ako ginagawa ko 'to, okey lang kahit hindi nila ano." Of course, hindi puwede, parang it's just like our defense na parang para to make us feel okay. Pero it's
Mm.
actually we are expecting something, 'di ba? That it will grow. And for me, if you do something that there's parang there's more meaning to it, uh, eventually it will really harvest. Parang meron kang maha-harvest or merong fruit 'yun, may bunga 'yun. Hindi
Mm.
mo lang alam, I mean parang it doesn't have to be the fruit that you think how it would look like, but
Oh.
definitely there is a fruit. So 'yun. So 'yun lang siguro, it's the different motivation, different drive. And
Mm.
ako, it's more of, I'm having fun. I just wanna maximize. I just wanna be faithful. In a
Mm.
sense na, I wanna be faithful with what I have. No, parang, uh, and I know it will bear fruit. Kahit na in not the world sense of success. No, I mean, it doesn't necessarily be the number one hit or I win awards, but definitely everything that you plant, I'm sure if you planted it in with the right heart and with the right purpose, it will bear fruit. I believe in that. So yun lang, and then I'm just enjoying. I want to enjoy this season of creating and walking also with people, musicians, no? Kaya nagkikita-kita kami nila nila Aya, nila Barbie, no? Parang ganun. Gusto na namin i-maximize to and we don't want to do it alone. Parang, let's do this
Mm.
together. Let's have fun. Parang ganon. And serve people through our music. Ganon.
Actually, grabe. gusto ko sabihin, grabe yung photo niyo, no?
Mm.
Yun, I mean, if we publish this now, siguro October na. And wala na, natanong nga ni Gabby kanina. And yung era niyo talaga is something else. Siguro babalik naman ako dun sa song naman. Ako naman, ang na-realize ko lang ngayon lang, doing this spontaneously, like thinking about how I feel about the interview. Parang it must have been really brave to put out a video that violent during that time. Kasi kailan yun? 2000, di ba parang 2007 daw. So parang sobrang, parang nung time na yun, di ba? Parang sobrang intense. Parang rare pa yung ganong kind of art form sa Philippines. Like ngayon, mas may R18 violence, parang appetite. And it's really good kasi makikita mo din na yung importance sa kanila yung importance nung art sa kanila. Like, surely, if you're gunning for like pure success lang, pag-iisipan mo din na, siguro wag kaya natin gawin ganito. Kasi kaysa hindi pakinggan ng mga tao or di ma-play ng TV, di ba?
Maban.
Di ba? Tama, di ba? Para kasing sobrang hard talaga. Like, wild the ending, guys, panoorin nyo. Medyo borderline disturbing. Pero like yun.
Kung kaya nyo. Kung hindi nyo kaya,
nyo. Pero if hindi kayo into violence, wag yun na parang. But, like wild, ganon. But, ang ano ko lang is na-realize ko, wow, they really must parang value like art and collaboration. Kasi diba, parang sabi nga nila, parang music, like, they really wanted to work with the right directors or the directors of that time. And it gives like another layer of creative insight, I guess. If you work with amazing visual artists naman, like si Quark, di ba? So, wala lang. Parang na-realize ko must be really, really bold. And not just them, the label too. To give it a go signal. Like, even the people who worked on that video, like sila Isa Calzado, like, truth be told, hindi ko talaga napanood yung video prior to this interview. Like, I've heard evidence from like live from one of like a gigs sa 123 block before. And sobrang naganahan ako sa song, ganyan. Like, everybody was singing along. Tapos like, only to realize before this interview, oh my God, what a violent music video. Wild. So, yun. Ako yun naman. Parang as a person who values videos, 'di ba? Parang
visual artist ka kasi din
Iniisip ko kung kaya ko bang maglabas ng ganun ka-intense. Feeling ko hindi ako ganun.
Ako hindi ko kaya, hindi ko personality. Hindi ko kaya.
Hindi ko kaya. Like kahit na kunwari think ko, medyo mag-thread light
kaya
ako.
ba?
Baka
May
takot
ako
naman
kasi
ako
ako, hindi ako nanonood talaga ng ganun Takot talaga ako sa mga ganung bagay.
Yung mga
hindi sa kasi hindi magna-nightmare ako. Magna-nightmare talaga ako.
So okay ka pa ba? Kasi pinapanood kita.
Pinapanood mo sa akin
I'm so sorry.
Kailangan kong mag-erase ng utak ko.
Nakatakot siya talaga. I mean,
Takot ako.
Like, just considering that time, medyo intense talaga yung video. I mean, maganda yung song don't get me wrong. Pero like, whoa, ganon. So, it must be really brave of them to do that. So, wala lang. Ayun. Ano pa ba? Like, and I like
Ito na lang. Ikaw naman tatanungin ko. Kasi siya tinanong ko kanina, paano mag-respond pag may nag-betray sa'yo? Ikaw, paano ka nag-respond?
Personal questions, one-on-one. Tig-isa tayo, gano'n. Kung saan tayo nakarelate, no? Ako, siguro, alam mo, nakakatawa. Na-betray kasi ako,
Iyak na yan.
19 ako. Teenager levels, diba? Tapos, I went through that level of grief. I called it grief because I really felt like, I felt all the rage. Like, since grabe, like, feeling ko, gets ko yung sinasabi ni Gabby na, it's in your head, but, like, alam mo yun, just, ideally, we don't do it, but it's in your head. But, I've never really realized, like, how violent I could be until I got betrayed when I was young. Tas, alam mo, you know, when they talk about self-harm, let's just say it that way, you really don't feel the physical pain when you're in that level of emotional pain. So, ako, feeling ko nung time na yon, I was in disbelief that it could happen. Kasi it's the first time that I could be betrayed that much. Parang I never could imagine it really happening. Tapos nung nangyari siya, wild. Ngayon naman, I relate to what he said. I mean, let's say, yun, you stray away from that and you process it. Kasi ako naman, ang good with me now, I've been betrayed. And I've survived it. And I've used that rage to create a new life. Like, I've used that rage to transform and absorb din. Ba't kaya ako na-betray? Saan ako nagkulang? Ano yung hindi ko sinabi? Kaya nagkaroon ng miscommunication at some point. Siyempre, betrayal or cheating is never, it's never, it's never valid, ganun. Kasi for you to go to that point, diba? Parang hindi naman ever enough. Like, walang reason. Dapat, ever. I'm not such a fan of white lies masyado to that point na parang may kasalanan kaya umabot doon. Parang in the first place, if you're a decent human being, diba? Why go there? Why push the buttons of betrayal? Ganun. But I've survived that. So now, feeling ko, when I go through betrayal, yes, I get down, but I know that I've been through worse. So I know that I have the capacity to get over it. Albeit long term. Albeit. Lalim. Yun. So, ako, I have that rage. Alam mo, so many people tell me na, ang patient mo, like, kahit na sa stress ako, ganyan. I mean, marami akong feelings, ganyan. Pero, like, I don't really let go of things just because it's hard. But I think betrayal was the reason why I have so much resilience. I've been through worse and I've held on to harder things. And I saw the growth I've had because I held on or I let go. Ano naman pag betrayal, you decide what to keep and what to let go. And you keep the good things so that you could be better. And you learn, either natanga ka, meaning you were too naive, diba? To believe in evil, kaya ka na-betray for so long. Or, pwede din namang na-betray ka because masama lang yung tao and ang galing din to think that, okay, that person resorted to betrayal and you resorted to goodness when you were not contented. So, choose goodness, guys. Hindi, seryoso yun. So, ngayon,
just to be kind.
Lahat ng losing a loved one is one thing, di ba? But I think you equally lose a loved one when someone betrays you. It's worse because
sobrang sakit. Oo.
But because it's like the person died and stabbed you before they died. Iba siya. Iba yung grief when you're betrayed. When you love someone and not just romantically, like by friends, diba? By people you trusted, by people you really hope to start a life with, ganyan, in general, regardless kung family or anything or any form. So I think betrayal is like, kaya that's why I called it grief. Because betrayal is, alam mo yun? Like a walking dead yun Like the person's a walking dead to you. And you have to choose to be better. And you have to be proud of yourself for that. Tapos, it's not until like a few years bago mo magigets na it was worth it to survive that level of pain. So, ayun. Grabe, no? Ang lalim ng, like, evidence, ganyan. And sometimes, you know what's worse is, yung term lang na evidence, parang, there shouldn't have been in the first place. Like, alam mo yun, naiintindihan ko yung point ko. Parang, if you really love someone, there's no need to keep receipts or evidence or whatever. Like, actually, ang malala doon, sometimes when someone betrays you, you don't even need evidence. You just feel you just feel it. You just know something's wrong, and the change in the heart is enough evidence. So, ayun.
Evidence talaga. Eksakto naman yung ano.
Inano ko,
Eksakto naman yung title.
Para naman, para may processing ng iba, diba? Oh, like, I think yun. So yun lang yung sad. Like, if the betrayal is from someone you really, really love, you don't even need evidence to know that there's something wrong already.
Nafe-feel mo na yung evidence.
Nafe-feel mo ba yung pain ko? Kasi, like, napatingin ako sa taas. Nafe-feel mo ba yung lalim?
Siguro iiyak ka na ba Pakaiiyak ka na
Hindi, but yun, I really think, for some people, in that case, sa video, diba, betrayal brought out the worst in people. But for some cases, I'd like to think for me, betrayal brought out the best in me. It made me realize what I took for granted. Ganun. It also made me understand healing and forgiveness. And pag na-feel mo yung forgiveness at some point in your life, regardless if you're back with the person or not, in your life, kung ma-fix nyo yun, diba? It's really a very fulfilling thing. Because you either both grew or you grew alone, on your own. You grew as a person. And wala lang. So yun, deep thing ang betrayal sa akin. Kaya nga nung tinatanong mo ako as like, anong i-play natin sa Song in Focus? Like, Evidence, First of Summer. Sabi ko, I think mas may depth yung Evidence. For me,
Kaya pala, oo.
it's not
De,
for
pero
you
tama,
necessarily,
kasi,
yeah.
hindi, maganda yung topic na yan eh. Kasi, sobrang sakit talaga yung betrayal. Like, okay pa yung yung parang ano ba? Kasi yung betrayal, there's a sense of consciousness. Parang merong awareness na ginawa.
Oh,
Alam mo yun, kesa dun sa nagkamali. Gets mo?
oh.
Like, for
Tsaka
example,
lack of love na yun.
kasi yung isa, ano ba, nagkamali, hindi betrayal, yung merong nagawang mali. Sorry
Oh.
ka. Mas easy. Pero yung betrayal, merong sense of yun eh, parang alam niya yung ginagawa niya.
Kasi ilang beses ba? Ilang
Alam
beses ka
niya yung
dumaan dyan?
ginagawa. Alam yung ginagawa, pero ginawa pa rin. Ay, nako. Sobrang sakit nun.
Sabi ko nga,
Hindi ko lang pinag-uusapan relationship na boyfriend, girlfriend, or married. I'm talking about friendship din. Actually, mas friendship and something na akala mo, hindi mo maisip, paano niya ginagawa yun? Hindi ko akalaing gagawin niya yun sa akin.
Acel, very
Nag-trust
very
ako
graphic.
sa'yo!
Nasa mata ba natin yung mga nangyari sa buhay natin?
Alam mo yun, I mean, gets mo? Hindi ko ma-explain ng maayos eh. Pero parang, kung nakatalikod ka na, ang tawag doon, nawawala yung
at the back. Stabbing you at the back. Nakatalikod ka. Like,
nakatalikod ka.
May kutsilyo ba, Acel?
Stabbing you at the back. Masakit yun. Unfollow na. Block na kita sa buhay ko.
Ako, I think it's worse because, knowing you loved someone and you could still do it. I always believe that you'll never unlove people in your life. And for you to get to a point of betrayal, it's yun, tama ka, you said it's like there's consciousness, so it's more hurtful. Parang sana iniwan mo na lang. The pain of being left is something, but the pain of being played is worse.
Yes.
It's disrespectful. Kasi when you leave someone, you part with sadness. You part with probably incompetence. Parang, sorry, hindi na kita kayang mahalin or to hang around with kung friends, or hindi na kita kaya ma-serve if it's family. That's something. But if you betray someone, you're already disrespecting that person, and there's no love without respect. Alam mo yun? And it's really giving injustice to whatever love you gave in the first place. When you end it with betrayal, parang sayang, 'di ba? Parang you could have had a good thing and you could have ended it well. And you could have had great memories. Alam mo yung mga tao na good terms nag-end. Tapos when they look back at their childhood love, parang like, ang saya no, like we would date around. Tapos like, biniligawan niya akong ganito. Tapos like, they still gush about it. Without feelings kung may asawa na sila now, 'di ba? But it's a good memory. It's a good childhood. It's a good space. Pero pansinin mo, when people are betrayed, kahit na yung out of 3 years na kayo, yung 1 year dun, sobrang saya, you just remember pain. So it steals the happiness from the experience.
Tsaka the memory. Yung kahit yung, tsaka yung magagandang memory, parang napalitan ng sakit.
Kasi you doubt eh. How was that true? Parang part of it being a good memory was feeling like you were loved. Ako resolved na and really happy with where I am. Kasi I feel like you also have to acknowledge the betrayal. And then for people who have been betrayed, it's always a two-way street. It doesn't mean na nagkulang tayo. But siguro we could have seen ourselves better. Took care of ourselves better. Alam mo yun? Yun. So ako, in terms of betrayal, wild yun. It's like erasing good things eh. It's not just leaving good things or closing a chapter. It's erasing and wasting that so much good times. And time. Na sana umalis ka na lang. Parang how hard was it to just leave? Then stay and play, diba? Parang hindi naman. Wow, kanta.
Sulat mo na yan. Gawin mo na kanta. Title.
Oh my gosh, yung next song ko
title, about Evidence. Joke lang.
Part 2.
Title, Evidence. Version 2.
Ibang form of violence, psychological violence. Pero, seryoso, Actually, I have a new song coming out. It's called, well,
Pluggy.
title is Paano, but it's really about betrayal.
Betrayal. Aba.
It's how I felt when I was going through that phase
Baka
of
naman.
ganon.
Sumulat kaya ako din. Susulat din ako. Gagayahin kita. Susulat ako about betrayal.
Sige.
Di ko-
Tapos gawa tayo ng
Alam
playlist,
mo,
puro betrayal. Like, mga
alam mo,
nalokong tao.
oo.
Ganun.
Hindi pa ako nakagawa ng ganun. Oo nga, no? Oh, maganda yan. Thank you for that.
Maglagay ka.
Idea.
Pero yun, ako, like yun. So, napunta na tayo sa topic mismo. Kasi marami namang nasagot na Gabby Like, world peace. Diba? Pero di ba yung world peace? There's no such thing as peace if betrayal exists.
Betrayal exists, pero feeling ko walang world peace.
Kaya, world peace, guys, world peace. Ako yun na. Napakahaba na ng sagot ko. I think I'm good. Ayun.
Okay.
Ikaw, meron ka ba?
Sige, wag na natin pahabain to.
But
Pero sobrang
I'm happy. Yeah, go.
Masaya ako na nag-guest natin si Gabby kasi matagal na namin, so lahat ng listeners, no, matagal na namin gustong invite si Gab. Kaya lang parang nag-iisip ako, mag-yes kaya siya? Medyo nag-i-issue pa ako ng rejection. So parang, teka, babala muna ako. Kailan ko kaya siya ma-invite? So masaya ako na nag-yes siya.
Thanks, Gabby. We had fun. Ayun. So, nakakatawa kasi we're back. Wow, after a long while, first episode natin. Season 4.
Tapos betrayal yung topic. Pambira.
Bigat agad, no? Pero, hindi, it's new leaves. New leaves. It's turning a new leaf. So,
ayun. Ako nasa healing process pa ako. So, I think, kaya siguro hindi pa ako makasulat ng kanta. Or I think, baka makasulat ako ng kanta para mahil ako. I don't know. Kasi medyo nandun pa ako sa hurt.
May mga songs akong, parang 6 months. Kailangan mo simulan. Kasi, alam mo yung pag tinignan mo siya on a song level, parang, so walang resolve. Parang sad. So, babalikan mo. So, first ka ngayon to reflect on certain resolutions. Baka mag-work lang sa'yo. Sabi nga ni Gabby, di ba, it's like a singing journal.
Singing journal. Journal na merong melody, no? May kanta to, no?
Sige, so,
okay,
abangan natin yan.
Haba na namin.
Okay na. Sige. Okay. So, and that was, our opening for season 4. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure to follow us on Song in Focus at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everything. And me, Denice Lao, it's DNICELAO, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, like, yon. And Spotify, YouTube, I have also original music, like, the guests that we have. So, yon, si Acel.
Yeah, follow me on my YouTube channel and Facebook page, Acel Music. That's ACEL. Yan, pareho kami ni Denice na C. Acel Music. And then my Instagram is Acel Bisa Van Omen. And I have a new single, so abangan nyo yun. And ano pa ba? Yun! Follow us. And on Spotify pala. My songs are all in Spotify and Apple Music. Just search Acel. 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 Yun, guys. Yun lang po.
Yes.
The end.
Ayun. The end. So, yun.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye na ako.
So, ayun. Bye-bye. Hindi, okay na. Actually, ang gulo natin lagi. Like, hindi na natin alam paano gawin to. Ang tagal na.
Hindi ko alam paano magbabay. Paano ba nagbababay dito?
Yun. Gusto kong sabihin na as part of the script, we have to check us out weekly dahil from here on, we'll be releasing weekly episodes. So, pwedeng mix siya of interviews, like yung mga ganitong mahaba at magulo kami, or something more
snippets,
shorter,
clips.
With many songs. So, that's
nga pala! Ang ganda ng t-shirt ko!
Oo. Si Myro, di ba, sabi mo?
Oo.
Ayan, ACDC
birthday
na
gift.
Acel, nakakatawa.
Birthday gift ni Myro of Stone Free.
Yan.
Cool. So, magpiprint daw siya kasi ang dami nag-aasan na makakakuha. So, sabi ko kay Myro, magprint ka, ibenta na natin yan. Hindi.
Oh my gosh! Sobrang cute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and thank you guys. See you on the next episode. Goodbye.